Hi, my name's Phil Chantry. I'm a profit growth specialist. And what that means is I help businesses go from good to great. So congratulations firstly for investing just a few minutes of your time right now to find out about how you can increase your profits over the next 3 months. The whole purpose of this short video is that I'm going to show you the 9 critical elements that you need to put into any business plan to help you get your business to where you want to take it. I'm going to wrap up right at the end just by showing you how you can get started in creating a plan that you can be proud of, that is actually going to work rather than sitting in some computer folder or on your bookshelf. So what I find is that most business owners don't actually have a business plan, to be honest with you, or they've got one, but it hasn't actually got what it needs to succeed, and hence the fact that these plans tend to go to waste. So why should you care? Why is it important for you to have one? Well, the problem is, the way I look at it is that if you're setting off on a journey in your car and you don't know where you're heading, how are you going to get there? And that's the exact same process with any business. Every business needs a plan, a short-term plan and a longer-term plan, to give you that guiding light to help you find out where you need to head. According to a website called Merchant Savvy, 42% of UK businesses go into receivership in their first 5 years. And the interesting fact is that less than 1% of those have a workable business plan that they stick to and make happen. And the concern for me is that if we carry on operating in the same way, we're still going to be in the same position in a few years' time, where businesses are still going into receivership because they've got no direction. So the good news is, now I'm going to walk you through the 9 steps that you need to take in order to get your business into a position of strength where you know where you're heading and where you can grow your profits over the next 3 months. So let's dig in. The first one is creating an end in mind. So what do I mean by that? Creating the end goal. So if your plan's only going to be a 3-month plan, that's fine. But creating an end goal, where do you want to be in 3 months' time in terms of the profitability you're pulling in? Maybe you're staffing, maybe you need to work out how to reduce the number of hours you're operating down, whatever it takes. You create a workable end in mind for the next 3 months, and then you work back from that. The second point is you need to be specific. If your plan is 3 months, you need to be specific. Just plucking figures out of the air isn't going to work for you. You need to actually put in the activities that you need to put in place to hit that goal, to hit that end in mind that I've just mentioned. So the third point is, these mini goals, baby steps to actually achieve what you're going to do. There's no point in saying I want to achieve £1 million turnover in the next year when you actually haven't constructed the baby steps, the activities needed to get there. The problem is, if the plan is just results driven and not activity driven, this is why the majority of business plans fail. The fourth part is having a test and measure element into it. Now, what do I mean by this? I mean that sometimes we don't know if a LinkedIn campaign we're going to put into practice or some other social media is actually going to reap the results we want. So sometimes we look as though we're plucking figures out of the air, and we are if we're not testing and measuring what we're doing. So some of the most successful business owners in the world know that if they invest X amount of time and Y amount of money in a particular marketing campaign, for example, they know what sort of results they're going to get because they've tested and measured that in the past. So that's really critical. The fifth point is take your own time into account here. If you don't have the time it takes to put these plans into action, you're wasting your time by putting this plan in place in the first place. So have a think about how much time do you need to put into place to make this happen. The sixth point is include all 5 elements of your business, all 5. And what do I mean by that? Marketing, sales, operations, i.e. doing what you actually do on a day-to-day basis, human resources, having the right staff behind you, the right outsourced people in place if you're a smaller business, and having the finance in place. If you ignore any one of those 5 elements, your business plan is only going to take you so far. You might be able to ignore marketing for a few days or even a couple of weeks at best. But if you ignore it over a 3-month period, your leads are going to dry up. So make sure you've got all 5 elements of those in place at the end of your plan. The final couple of points is making sure you're doing things in the right order. That's really important, because what I'm finding is that sometimes if we're not, for example, working out how we can free up our time first before we start to go networking second, it's not going to work, right? So we need to have a think about the order that we're putting things in. That's really, really important. The second to last point is accountability. You might have a fantastic plan, but if you've got no one to help hold you to account, what honestly is the chances of those things happening? We don't know. What we've seen in the past is that people are happy to make excuses to themselves. They're happy to ignore the plan. They've made no commitment to anybody, and that's the reason many plans don't work as well. And the last part is support. If you haven't got the support in place, some of the areas of your plan you might get to and you're going to get stuck. So it's really important that you know where you can get support from to help you with those areas at the end of the day. So this is only part, really, planning is only part of a 9-part process that we put in place with our clients to help them get their businesses from good to great. So if you want to find out more how you can plan your business successfully and create a 90-day plan that you can be proud of, that you feel has these 9 elements in place that you can work towards, please click the link below. I'm more than happy for you to take a look at Growth Club, which is something we operate, an event we operate for up to 12 business owners every 90 days. We'd love to have you on board. Click the link, find out more, and let's work out how we can get you started. Thank you very much.